She was hungry, poor, and had no proper place to sleep. He was rich, powerful, and had everything money could buy. But when his car broke down in the middle of the road, she did something no one saw coming. How did one small act of kindness from a poor girl change a rich man's life forever? Sit back and find out as we dive into this powerful story. This is the story of how a poor homeless girl helped a young billionaire and changed both their lives forever. It was a quiet evening in Abuja. The sky was slowly turning dark and the road was empty. A man named Joshua, a young rich man in the city of Abuja, was driving home in his big black car. He had just left a business meeting at a nearby town. His mind was full. He was tired and wanted to get home quickly. But then, something strange happened. The car made a strange sound. Joshua frowned. "What's going on now?" he said, turning down the air conditioner. Suddenly, the car stopped in the middle of the road. He turned the key again. Nothing. He stepped out of the car and looked around. There were no houses nearby, no cars, no people, only silence. He checked the engine, but he didn't really know what he was looking at. He looked at the road again, still empty. He then dialed his mechanic's phone number, but it wasn't connecting. He looked around one more time. The road was still quiet. The only sound was the wind blowing through the trees. He had been standing there for almost 20 minutes. His white shirt was starting to soak with sweat. He was tired and a bit angry. Then, he saw something. Someone was walking on the other side of the road. It was a young lady. She looked about 26 or 27. Her clothes were old and torn in some places. She had a small bag hanging on her shoulder. Her hair was rough. Her slippers looked worn out. She walked slowly, like someone who hadn't eaten all day. Joshua frowned. "Who walks here at this time?" he asked himself. The lady looked weak. Her face showed tiredness, but also strength, like someone who had faced many hard days but was still standing. That girl was Stella. She had no home, no family in Abuja. She had been sleeping in a wooden shelter behind a small shop, a bit far from that road. And yet even with all her pain, she noticed the man by the car, and she stopped walking. Stella saw the car bonnet open. The man beside it looked worried. He kept pressing buttons on his car key and looking into the engine like he was searching for something. She stood for a moment, then took a deep breath and crossed the road. Joshua looked up when he heard footsteps. "Good evening, sir," Stella said gently. Joshua stared at her. He was too shocked to reply. "Sir," she asked calmly, "do you need help?" Joshua paused. He looked at her again. He didn't know whether to trust her or send her away. Instead of answering her question, he asked, "Young lady, what's your name? And what do you know about a car engine?" Stella smiled a little and said, "Sir, I think you are judging a book by its cover." Joshua froze. That one sentence hit him deep. He took a step back and looked at her again. Dirty slippers, old clothes, hungry face, but her words were strong. He let out a small sigh and said, "I was driving back from a business meeting. Everything was fine until the car just went off. No sound, no smoke, nothing. It just stopped, and it hasn't started again." Stella nodded. "I understand," she said. "By the way, my name is Stella." Joshua gave her a small smile. "I'm Joshua." Then he stepped aside and said, "Let's see what you can find." Stella walked closer to the car. She looked inside the engine carefully. Joshua watched her, still not sure if this was a good idea, but he stayed quiet. Stella gently touched some wires. She looked closely at the battery. Then, she noticed something. A wire had come loose. It was a simple thing, but it could stop the whole car from starting. Without wasting time, she carefully fixed the wire back in place. "Okay, sir," she said. "You can try now." Joshua blinked. "Are you sure?" Stella nodded. "Yes, go ahead." Joshua walked to the driver's side. He opened the door, sat down, and turned the key. The engine came on. The car started like nothing had happened. Joshua jumped out quickly and stared at the engine. "You fixed it?" he asked. Stella nodded again, smiling. "It was just a small, loose wire. Joshua couldn't believe it. This girl, who looked like she didn't have a dime in her pocket, had just fixed his expensive car. He reached into his car, brought out some money, and handed it to her. "Take this," he said. "Please." But Stella took a step back. "No, sir," she said gently. "I only helped because I could. Kindness is not meant to be sold." Joshua stood there, shocked. He had met many people. Rich people, smart people, powerful people. But very few would help without asking for something in return. This girl was different, and he knew. He would never forget her. Joshua looked at Stella again,